Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going deep into the hidden treasures of Australian coinage, and we've uncovered a small, almost invisible gem with a mighty price tag, the 1968 Australia Elizabeth 5-cent coin with no mint mark. Don't let its tiny size fool you. This coin, if found in the right condition, could be worth a fortune and might be sitting unnoticed in your collection or piggy bank right now. The year was 1968, just 2 years after Australia made the historic switch from the old imperial currency system to decimal coins. It was a time of transition, and the Royal Australian Mint was still refining its production standards. That's when the now legendary 5-cent coin was struck, and a very small number were minted without any mint mark at all. This coin bears the image of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, showcasing her youthful portrait sculpted by Arnold Machin, and the iconic Australian echidna on the reverse. But it's not just the design or age that makes this coin rare, it's the complete absence of a mint mark, making it a standout among millions of ordinary coins. Now you might ask, why does the lack of a mint mark matter? In the world of numismatics, every small detail tells a story. A coin with a missing mint mark can mean it came from a different mint, had a production error, or was part of an ultra-limited batch. In the case of the 1968 no mint mark 5-cent coin, collectors believe it was part of a special run that somehow escaped regular markings, making it one of the most sought-after rarities. What's truly astounding is the value this coin can reach in pristine condition. We're not talking about pocket change. Depending on the grade, especially if it's in uncirculated or proof-like condition, this coin can fetch upwards of $20,000 to $40,000, and in some recorded auctions, even crossed $50,000. That's right, a tiny 5-cent coin turning into thousands of dollars. But that's just the beginning. The true magic lies in its rarity and mystery. Unlike other coins that are catalogued and well documented, this version of the 1968 5-cent coin remains an enigma. The exact mintage figure is unknown, which only adds to the coin's allure and skyrockets its desirability among seasoned collectors and high-end investors. So if you're someone who's ever handled old Australian coins, or inherited a collection from a grandparent, it's time to take a closer look. Examine those 5-cent pieces from 1968. Check for wear, shine, and most importantly, absence of any mint mark. You might just be holding a silent treasure in the palm of your hand. The Australian coin collecting community treats this coin like a crown jewel. Some rare coin dealers even post public requests offering cash purchases starting from $5,000 for lightly circulated examples, and they'll offer well over $30,000 to $50,000 for top-grade ones certified by grading authorities like PCGS or NGC. For investors and treasure hunters, this coin is more than a collectible. It's a symbol of opportunity. A simple piece of metal that can teach us how value can hide in the most unexpected places. And for those who hustle, research, and stay sharp, fortune does favor the bold. There are reports of collectors in Australia and even overseas actively buying these coins through auction houses, vintage coin websites, and even eBay. Verified coins in high-grade slabs are regularly listed in private collector groups for values that would surprise even the most seasoned numismatist. So the big question is, where do you sell it if you find one? Start by getting it properly appraised. Reach out to a certified coin dealer or attend a numismatic event. If your coin is the real deal and in top condition, don't settle for less than $20,000 to $40,000 and hold out for a serious buyer. Because trust me, the buyers are out there. And if you're planning to keep it as an investment, make sure you store it in a sealed, tamper-proof capsule away from humidity and air. Coins like these are destined to become even more valuable as time passes, especially if their mystery remains unsolved. Every collector dreams of finding that one piece that could change everything, and this could be your chance. Don't underestimate the power of knowledge, patience, and a sharp eye. The 1968 no mint mark 5-cent coin might be your ticket to a financial breakthrough. So whether you're a serious collector or a curious enthusiast, keep your eyes open, your coins clean, and your hopes high. Because the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise. And remember, it's not just about collecting, it's about unlocking hidden value that most people ignore. Next up, the 1969 Australia Elizabeth 5-cent coin with no mint mark. It may be small in size, but its future value could be monumental. And if you're holding on to one, you might be sitting on a growing gold mine. The story begins in the heart of Australia's post-decimal era. Just 3 years after the country transitioned from pounds and pence to dollars and cents, coins were still being perfected, refined, and re-evaluated for design, quality, and consistency. In 1969, a batch of 5-cent coins was minted without the usual mint mark that identifies the location of their production, an omission that would eventually give rise to one of the most intriguing mysteries in Australian coin collecting. This specific 1969 no-mint mark 5-cent coin carries the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, crafted by the iconic sculptor Arnold Machin. On the reverse, the familiar image of the echidna remains, symbolizing Australia's unique wildlife. But what makes this coin stand out is not what's on it, it's what's missing. The complete absence of a mint mark means it wasn't marked by a branch mint like Perth or Melbourne, adding a rare flavor of mystery and exclusivity. Collectors around the world are now beginning to recognize the value of mint errors, and coins like this one are climbing in demand. The 1969 no-mint mark version is particularly rare in top condition. This coin has already started gaining traction among elite collectors and auction houses, and its value has been rising steadily, with examples in high-grade condition being sold and resold for up to $9,000 to $10,200 today. But let's not stop there. The real question is, how high can this coin's value go? Experts believe that as more Australians become aware of these rare error coins, the demand is going to surge. Given the limited number in mint condition, we could easily see this coin fetch $20,000 to $30,500 in premium auctions in the next few years. Coins with perfect edges, luster, and original mint shine can command stunning premiums. If you're wondering about the future potential, just look at how many coins once considered common are now selling for thousands. History has shown us that once the collecting community shifts focus onto a coin, prices soar. And the 1969 5-cent coin without a mint mark has all the hallmarks of a future star. Its age, error status, low survival rate in top condition, and limited public knowledge make it a perfect candidate for long-term appreciation. So what should you do if you have one? First, protect it. Store it in a hard plastic coin capsule, and avoid touching it with bare hands. If it's in particularly good condition, consider getting it professionally graded. A certified high-grade 1969 no-mint mark coin could dramatically increase your bargaining power and open doors to elite collectors willing to pay top dollar. Currently, buyers in Australia and abroad are paying up to $7,000 to $10,200 for circulated but well-preserved coins. And if yours falls into the uncirculated category, you can easily set your asking price at $20,000 or more, depending on the market and buyer urgency. It's a valuable asset you may not have even realized was in your collection. Many successful collectors began with a simple hobby, checking their change. You don't need to be a professional numismatist to recognize opportunity. You just need to know what to look for, and now you do. The 1969 5-cent coin with no mint mark is more than metal, it's potential in your palm. The most powerful part of this story is that very few people know about it. And those who act early always benefit the most. This is your chance to stay ahead of the curve. Hold on to it or sell it, either way, you're in a winning position. With time, the scarcity will only increase, and so will the value. This is not just a collectible, it's a conversation starter, an investment, and possibly your doorway to a much larger world of coin collecting and high-value trading. Remember, some of the most valuable coins in the world were once dismissed as ordinary, until someone looked closely and recognized the treasure. Ladies and gentlemen, don't wait for the world to catch up. Start looking into your old change, your inherited collections, or those forgotten coin jars. There's a real possibility you already own a coin worth thousands, you just have to identify it. Hold that 1969 no-mint mark coin with pride, protect it with care, and track the rising trends in coin auctions and numismatic forums. Your moment may be closer than you think. As demand continues to rise and rarity deepens, this coin could one day fetch a record-breaking price. So stay curious, stay motivated, and keep digging. Because sometimes, the smallest coin carries the biggest reward. And your journey toward finding real hidden value might just begin with this one rare piece from 1969. Next up, the 1973 Australia Elizabeth 5-cent coin with no mint mark. Though it may appear modest at first glance, the stories behind this coin, and the growing interest among collectors, have turned it into a serious contender in the world of rare and valuable coins. The year was 1973, a time when Australia was embracing social change, technological innovation, and economic shifts. In this vibrant atmosphere, the Royal Australian Mint continued the production of decimal coins, including the 5-cent denomination. But that year, a small number of 5-cent coins were produced without any mint mark, either due to striking irregularities, die errors, or intentional omissions. This tiny anomaly has turned the coin into a sought-after item by serious collectors worldwide. The coin features the elegant effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, and on the reverse, the echidna, Australia's spiny, mysterious creature that has become synonymous with the 5-cent piece. But while millions of 1973 coins exist, those lacking the mint mark are the rare birds, and they're the ones creating waves in auctions, forums, and private collections. What makes the 1973 no mint mark 5-cent coin so valuable isn't just the absence of that tiny detail, it's the limited number of error specimens that have actually been found. Over the years, as more collectors focused on identifying mint errors and anomalies, this specific coin gained momentum. And now, it's not just a curious item, it's a competitive asset in the hands of those who understand its potential. Buyers are actively searching for this rare version across Australia and even overseas. In fact, some online numismatic marketplaces and Facebook collector groups have hundreds of posts each month from people looking to buy or trade for the 1973 5-cent no mint mark coin. The demand is growing, especially for coins in mint state, uncirculated condition, or those that have been graded by reputable agencies like PCGS or NGC. If you're wondering what the current value of this coin is, you'll be amazed. A circulated 1973 no mint mark coin, if confirmed genuine, can sell for between $2,500 to $6,000. But coins in uncirculated condition, especially those preserved with original luster and sharp edges, are already fetching upwards of $10,500 to $20,300 in niche auctions. And this figure is only expected to rise with time. In the future, the value of this coin could skyrocket. Because fewer high-quality versions are being found each year. As collectors snatch them up and lock them into private collections, availability shrinks. Scarcity increases. And as we all know in the world of investing, rarity drives price. There's already speculation in the community that this coin could command $30,000 or more within the next 5 to 10 years. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of this coin isn't its rarity or its design. It's the opportunity it offers to everyday people. This coin could be hiding in a jar of change, tucked away in an old purse, or sitting unnoticed in a forgotten collection. And the moment someone discovers one in pristine condition, they may be unlocking a payout worth thousands of dollars. Collectors are not just buying, they're actively hunting. Private dealers are offering up to $7,000 in cash for average-grade examples and often post public calls for those willing to sell. The more the news spreads about this coin's rising value, the more attention it will attract from serious investors, museum curators, and global numismatists. Its history is simple yet powerful. It was minted during a time of national growth, issued in a form that was supposed to be routine, yet it turned out to be anything but. The accidental absence of a mint mark made it unique, and as with many historic discoveries, its value is not just monetary, it's cultural. Today, many collectors regard the 1973 no mint mark 5-cent coin as one of the hidden champions of Australian decimal currency. It is slowly gaining recognition not just as a collectible, but as an appreciating asset. As more people understand its true worth, its price ceiling may go well beyond what we imagine today. For those lucky enough to already own one, the best advice is to protect and preserve it. Use coin capsules, avoid touching it with bare hands, and consider professional grading to increase credibility and value. And for those still searching, don't give up. Even a routine visit to a coin dealer or flea market could change your financial story. This coin represents more than just 5 cents. It symbolizes untapped value, hidden wealth, and the thrill of discovery. It's living proof that something seemingly ordinary can hold extraordinary worth, if you know what to look for. So go back to your collections. Look into your coin jars. Ask your grandparents if they've stored any old coins. You never know when a simple search might reveal a rare 1973 no mint mark 5-cent coin and open the door to a serious payday. Next up, the 1974 Australia Elizabeth 5-cent coin with no mint mark. This coin, despite its small denomination, holds immense potential and has started turning heads in the global numismatic market for its rarity, historic background, and increasing collector demand. The year was 1974, a time when Australia was undergoing significant change economically and culturally. While the country was moving forward, the Royal Australian Mint was quietly producing everyday coins, including the humble 5-cent piece. At first glance, this coin looked identical to millions of others. But over time, collectors began to notice something strange. Some coins were missing the mint mark, a feature that helps identify where and how the coin was produced. This absence raised eyebrows and values. This specific version, the 1974 5-cent with no mint mark, is now recognized as a potential mint error or limited issue anomaly. Whether it was caused by a worn die, a production oversight, or a short-lived design change, the result was the same: a handful of coins with a missing mark that set them apart from the rest. And as is the case in the world of coin collecting, being different can make all the difference. The obverse of this coin bears the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by British sculptor Arnold Machin. The reverse features Australia's beloved echidna, as always. But what makes this coin special isn't the artwork, it's the mystery of the missing mint mark and the intense interest it has created among collectors. This isn't just another coin. It's a growing legend in the world of Australian decimal currency. As we move through the decades, coins like this gain historical weight. Fewer remain in high-quality condition. Many have been lost, damaged, or simply spent into circulation without notice. But for those who held onto their coins or rediscovered them in old drawers or inherited collections, the reward could be impressive. Some private collectors have already paid between $5,000 to $9,000 for a well-preserved 1974 no mint mark coin. And that's not the ceiling. If your coin is in mint state or has been professionally graded by a reputable agency, it could fetch $10,500 or even $20,000 depending on market timing and buyer interest. Certain coin auctions in Australia and abroad are beginning to list these rare versions, often sparking bidding wars among seasoned collectors. The value is real and growing. So where can you find this treasure? The answer might surprise you. These coins still turn up in private collections, estate sales, antique shops, and online marketplaces like eBay, Gumtree, or niche numismatic sites. You can even find interested buyers in Facebook collector groups or at coin expos where high-value trades happen every day. The secret lies in your awareness and timing. If you already own a 1974 5-cent coin and it shows no mint mark, the first step is verification. Examine it under good lighting, check reference guides, or consult with a professional numismatist. If confirmed genuine, protect it immediately. The best way to store it is in a hard plastic capsule, away from moisture, dust, and direct handling. If possible, have it graded and slabbed by PCGS or NGC to enhance its appeal and market value. Should you sell it now or hold on? That depends on your personal goals. If you're looking for a fast return and have a high-grade coin, today's market is strong, and collectors are actively paying top dollar. But if you're thinking long-term, keeping it could be wise. As demand increases and surviving examples decrease, the value of this coin could rise significantly. It's not unreasonable to predict future values of $30,000 or more for top-condition coins. This coin isn't just about money. It's about history, rarity, and the thrill of discovery. Imagine owning a piece of Australia's past that only a select few possess. That's what makes the 1974 no mint mark 5-cent coin such a treasure. You're not just holding currency, you're holding a story, a mystery, and a tangible asset with investment potential. Many everyday people have turned ordinary coin finds into extraordinary profits. The key is knowledge, patience, and being able to recognize what most people overlook. If you've found one of these rare coins, you're already ahead of the game. Now it's time to act. Coin collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts are always on the lookout for undervalued rarities. And that's exactly what the 1974 no-mint mark 5-cent coin represents, an undervalued rarity with a bright future. As more people learn about it, as more collectors fight to secure one for their collection, the demand will outpace the supply. This is your chance to be early. This is your opportunity to take something small and turn it into something unforgettable. Whether you decide to sell or keep it, treat it like the valuable asset it truly is. Store it properly, document it, and follow market trends. Ladies and gentlemen, do not let this coin pass you by. Check your change, dig into those old coin jars, ask your relatives about forgotten coin collections. You never know when you might stumble across this valuable piece of Australian history. The next great discovery might already be in your hands. And remember, the most valuable coins aren't always gold or silver. Sometimes, the smallest denominations carry the greatest stories and the biggest returns. Keep your eyes open. The 1974 no-mint mark 5-cent coin may just be your key to unlocking a small fortune.